we've got Tottenham after that on Sunday, and who knows what to expect from them. Well, I suppose we do know what to expect. Against big teams, they're going to be quite good. Against bad teams, generally, Southampton aside, it's quite Spursy, for want of a better word. I don't like using that word, but there's not many other words you can use to describe their form lately. 2 wins in 9. One of those has been 4-0 away to Man City. The other 5-0 away to Southampton. Haven't won at home since November 3rd. This one is at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I mean, what can we expect from this one?
I still think Liverpool will go into this one with a lot of confidence that they can hurt Spurs. I think, again, they've got so many quality players, haven't they, who are capable of scoring goals, and they show that from time to time. But the big problem they've got is just that defensive issues and structural issues that, repeatedly are being exposed. When Arne Slot and his coaches kind of look through the analysts' work and have a look at how they can hurt Tottenham, there are about 50 different ways to do it. Because they have structural issues in the way that they press that allows them to be passed through quite easily. So I just think this is a game where Liverpool, as I say, we've kind of seen that wobble from them in the last couple of games, but they'll feel like they can get back on track in this one because, as good as Tottenham are, and they are still a top side, it's going to be a good atmosphere. It's a big game. They're just a team with serious weaknesses, and Liverpool go there and show the best versions of themselves, then they'll feel like they can really hurt Tottenham and get a big result. That will feel like, even if Tottenham can be hurt easily, it would still feel like a big result for Liverpool to get one there. So, I think they'll be confident going into this one.
Yeah, I think Tottenham are one of those teams that on their day, at their best, they're up there with the best in the league. They can beat anyone in the league when they're at their best. But those defensive deficiencies, Liverpool will be absolutely licking their lips at this game, I think, and what they could do. I think it's safe to assume it's not going to be a 0-0, but the scoreline could be anything in this game, couldn't it?
Yeah, if you give Tottenham a sniff as well, that's the big thing, is that if you give them an opportunity for their top players to kind of express themselves, then they will hurt you. So one thing I think you do want to see from Liverpool is that return of that kind of solidity and structure and being really kind of mean. You want to see that coming back, and if you can get a clean sheet there, that would feel good because, as much as Tottenham have deficiencies, they're not really in attack. They can really hurt you. So a clean sheet will be a really, really good start. But if you do that and you have that as your basis, then you're pretty sure that with the attacking players that Liverpool have got, that they will be able to score themselves and put a few in against the Tottenham defence that can be all over the place. And one thing for Tottenham as well, an underrated element of some of the struggles at the moment is they've got a few injuries, haven't they? Bentancur out through suspension, but injuries to Vicario in goal and some issues in central defence as well, Van de Ven. So, that's another reason why they look so porous at the moment, and none of those players are going to be back for the Liverpool game. So it's just an opportunity to hurt them when they're at a low ebb.
Yeah, and they're playing on Thursday night rather than Wednesday night in the Cup as well, so Liverpool should be a bit more rested than Tottenham. There is the chance, as we alluded to earlier, that Liverpool go into the game second in the table, though, if Chelsea go and beat Everton earlier in the day, which is entirely possible. They'd be favourites to do so. And it wouldn't be a huge surprise to see maybe Liverpool drop points in this game. So, there is a realistic world where next week when we're talking, Liverpool aren't top of the table anymore. Does that change the picture a bit? Does that, will questions then begin to be asked? Or because you've got that game in hand, because, it hasn't felt like a drastic loss of form lately, does that, that it doesn't really matter if you surrender top spot because it's still in our hands?
Yeah, I think Liverpool shouldn't be feeling pressure around that because ultimately, a big part of the kind of the gap going from 9 points to 2 or potentially being erased completely is the fact that, they had a game called off and others around them continued to play. So that's part of it. Realistically, if Liverpool were level on games with Chelsea, you'd like to think that gap would still be 5 points now. So we've got to think about it like that. And I think at the end of the day, I genuinely believe managers and players, when they do say that they don't think about things like this too much and the pressure around it, it's all, particularly at this part of the season, I think the pressure can tell towards the end. But at this point, it is just about, can you win the next game that's in front of you? And that will absolutely be the focus going into the Tottenham game. I'm not sure they'll be paying too much attention to Chelsea. And even if they are, as you say, I still think there are weaknesses there in Chelsea that suggest that they won't be able to keep this pace up for long. So, yeah, I don't think they should be too worried about that one.